And I realised that if I was to act out on those thoughts, that would bring me back all that misery to start back to square one again, you know.
Do you think of your family in situations like that, and you know what you did to your parents? Because obviously you think pretty highly of them too.
Well, absolutely, but you know, fortunately, this program has shown me that I'm not that kind of person, and I've been able to forgive myself for that, and they've forgiven me as well, you know. And everybody and everything that I love has come back into my life again. So, you know, and that's, to me, that's gold, you know. So,
why does it happen? I mean, everyone, youth, forever have come into contact with drugs.
Yep.
Why do some people fall really hard, and why don't others? And is there a statistic behind that, do you think?
Well, I have a bit of a rule of thumb. You know, my 20 years of experience, I'd probably say that 10% of people who try drugs or try alcohol, any sort of drug, 10% will end up having problems with it. Yeah. And it's not about how much you use or how often you use it, it's where it takes you. You know, does it destroy relationships? Do you lose jobs? Do you not study? Do you don't finish your schooling because of it? You know, they're the effects, they're the social effects, and they're going to be long-term effects for the individual. So, you know, there's a whole lot of reasons why people start using. Most people start using because it's partying, it's experimentation, it's let's try this. Yeah. Yeah. And say they've got some issue or drama and they find that this works. You know, if they're a bit shy, they take this drug, I'm out there, I'm gregarious, I'm loved, I'm wonderful. So drugs have a positive effect. Then they have a negative effect.
So with all of that in mind, does the current thinking of trying to teach your kids to say no, does that work?
I don't think it does. You know, I'm fairly controversial in my industry, and I think drug education doesn't make any difference, because what happens is most of my addicts are well educated. They know more about drugs than a pharmacologist or a doctor. You know, so
what can you
education.
Do? What can you do? I mean,
well, at schools, I think we should be teaching kids how to handle life. You know, they should have a course on, you know, emotional growth. What's emotional growth? How do you grow? How do you grow spiritually? And that's not talking religion or any of that sort of stuff. It's talking about getting in touch with Mother Earth or whatever. You know, getting people to feel part of the community. So what's happened is there's a disconnection from community. And we don't teach that at school. We teach maths, science. We might teach home economics, which in my day was cooking and whatever.
But we don't teach how to manage relationships.
No, relationships, I say, are the biggest killer of addicts. Because what happens is they get into relationships, get resentments, hate each other, have a whack, dead. It's that simple. I treat it as a disease, it's an illness, and don't let anyone get it wrong, it's a fatal disease. It's just like cancer. It will kill eventually. And if it doesn't kill, it will torture and maim on the way.
Now, if there are parents out there who think that their kids or someone that they know or someone in their family is on ice, what are they going to do? What can they do? Well,
first of all, they can sort of try and contact the local drug and alcohol agency they're with, that's in their area, ring direct line. But certainly you can look on our website, contact us as well. And parents, and what I'd like to say is we have an intervention program. That's what happened here with Simon. Simon it was an intervention. If his parents hadn't intervened, he'd still be out there using. So what happens is he came in, he identified with me. All my practitioners are recovering addicts. So we've been there, we've got qualifications to be able to educate and train and share our experience, but there's no better therapeutic value than one addict working with another. And you know, that's what I think Simon would say, that clicked for him. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, it was the first time in my life that I'd actually been able to speak to somebody that understood about what I was feeling and why I was using, because they'd used themselves and been down that road themselves. You know, people that aren't addicts don't understand, you know, what it's like for an addict.
Yeah, you know. Absolutely. And look, it touches families everywhere, doesn't it? Yeah. Very few people, you know, aren't touched by this. We've got a heap of details too on our website, so if you need any national numbers and national information, you can jump onto our website too.
And also, the clinic is called the Raymond Clinic.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. Not an easy thing to talk about, but we appreciate your time, and best of luck. Best of luck. And I look forward to the next restaurant that you work in too.
Absolutely.
All the best. Thanks, we'll be back with more 9am after this.
You might be the next middleweight contender for the World Championship. Is that right?
Yeah, well, my dream's going to come true after waiting for 18 years. You know, and dreaming about it for so long, I think now it's going to be hard to take it away from me, the big W, the big win, being that I'm going to put all the 18 years of experience I've had into the one big day and bring home the bacon, hopefully. Pound for pound in boxing now, I'm fighting the number 2 contender, the number 2 in the world, Winky Wright, pound for pound, and to beat the man that I'm fighting next is going to make that statement clear.
How do you, like I saw you training the other day, right? And I do a lot of training, and I do, not a lot, do a little bit of training, and I do a little bit of yoga. How do you stay focused?
Well, you know, just sacrifice equals success. I've stuck by that saying in my head every time that there becomes a temptation of any sort in going out late nights or with friends, peer group pressure. My dieting, simple things like going out to dinners like 2 weeks prior to a fight. I have to go to certain places where I can't go out at all. I have to eat at home because the diet's so imperative that what you put in your body is what's going to is your fuel, and that's what's made me what I am today. Being able to make those sacrifices to like waking up 5 in the morning and going for that run. That some mornings I wake up going, oh God, this is like a hangover, I didn't even go out. But, you know, once you get out there and you're on the track and you're giving it a go, the results, nothing beats the result. The best high in the world for me is being fit. And I'm sure 99.999% of people in this world would say the same if they gave it a go.
You believe that, you believe in the philosophy of having a mentor or an older male guiding you in your life?
Anyone says I don't need no one, I can do it all myself, is it's not stubborn, it's not the word. But it's just like that's a closed mind, because really in the end of the day, everyone needs someone or guidance in some way, shape or form. We're all human, and I'm fighting for the world title soon. I've put myself number 1 in the world. Yet before that, I couldn't even have imagined doing it without the people that have been supporting me beside me. Like I know nothing about the politics of it, with the contracts and management, and I used to try to do that all myself because I had no trust in them.